Okay, guys, here we are at Thursday, and we are starting are going to revisit our expository writing piece. So, yesterday you should have gotten Angie is Inspiring. You should have gotten your eye chart set up with 2 columns with your bullets. I'm going to pause the video right now and write some bullets for Starbucks Manager, and then I will start it up again. You'll be able to see those. Okay, so I put together that she's worked for 10 years there. She's began as a barista, then a shift manager, then an assistant manager, and then a regular manager. She opened up a new store. That'll be a big one. And then that she loves the company that she works for. So those are some things that I want to say to prove that Angie's inspiring because she's a Starbucks manager. Okay, now, one of the things that we need to do is make sure that we add lots of detail to our stories, as well as we're going to add like personal vignettes. I have sent some little tiny sticky notes like this. We've got, some of you have used them for other things, but this is the size of sticky note that I want you to use for this activity. So now that I'm going to read through Angie's Inspiring because she's a triathlete, and I'm going to think about, well, what's a story? What's a personal little vignette? It's what we call them. What's a story that I can say about Angie and how she trains several days or runs, bikes, swims, something along that line. So I'm going to stick this little sticky note on, and I have to write my idea, and it has to stay on this sticky note. It can't be any bigger than that sticky note. I can't write a whole lot. I just need to get my idea down, and then I will be able to add it into my story later on. So if I'm looking at Angie's running, swimming, biking, training for several hours a day, eats healthy foods, plenty of rest, then I'm going to take this and I want to put this right by train several hours a day. I'm going to put that she gets up at 3 or 4 in the morning to do this. Okay, now I will write that more as a little story. I remember a time, that type of thing. And then I'm going to get to add one more sticky. And this part is not on here. I want to talk about her first triathlon event. I'm going to say her first event in Augusta. I want to be able to make sure I tell about that event. Okay, these are going to become my little stories. Okay, so my little 2 or 3 sentence stories. I cannot write a story because this is expository writing, but I can support my story with little memories. So really, let's call them memory. Okay, so it's a memory. This is a memory, a specific memory that supports it. Okay, so over here, I could focus on, I remember when she first started in Colorado. Okay, so that's a memory I can write about, a little bit more about that one. And then I also remember that opening of the new store and really a lot of details about that. So I'm going to say California, new store, new drive-through. Yep. In California. That's the abbreviation for California. Okay, so now I have my bullets of things that I want to make sure I don't forget. Then I have my memories that I'm going to focus on as well. Another thing we can do at this time is also go in and add some of the detail, like she runs. When she's doing a 70.3 triathlon, she's going to run 13 miles. She's going to swim 1 mile. She's going to bike 56 miles. And she starts with swimming. So I'm going to number that so I don't forget. The second thing she does is bikes, and she ends by running. So I'm going to number those so I don't forget what order to put them in. Over here, when she began as a barista, then a shift manager, I've already got that she starts in Colorado. She's worked there for 10 years. That's a memory. She drives through. She loves the company. Let me put in parentheses there, I can put something about loving the company she, good benefits will be a detail that I can add about Angie loving the company. We're still not worried about this part down at the bottom. We'll worry about that later. But right now, we're just looking at adding our details and adding our personal moments that we're going to elaborate on. We'll write these as stories. So you have to fit them in on a sticky note. And then if you want details, they must just be small details that just enhance what you're writing about. Okay? Have a good day. Hope work on your eye chart. We're not drafting yet. We're just getting our plan ready with all the information that we need. Use sticky notes as you need them. Only do 2 stories per side. No elaboration. I don't want 3 or 4 or 5 stories, just 2. Okay. Thanks.